If you're looking to buy some Ultimate Team coins, then make sure to check out golder.com. They're 100% reliable, extremely cheap, extremely fast, and use code ChrisMD at checkout for a discount. Hello guys, it's Chris here, and welcome back to the series that makes you question whether football really is the beautiful game. So this episode is going to feature my 2010-11 season of junior football, which was about 5 years ago now. And no, you haven't accidentally clicked on Lord of the Rings. I was actually that small once. And if you're new around here, we are the team in yellow. I would tell you which number I go with in most of these games, but as I said, just look for the Hobbit in the middle of the pitch. Right, we're starting off with a friendly match before the season, and I've put in a little through ball by me to emphasize that that was pretty much all I was doing this season, just playing through balls. Again, I was playing in the sort of number 10 role, because it's kind of difficult to do anything else when you're half the height of the opposition. So what I'm saying is the majority of the season really was quite Mesut Ozil. So lots of long balls over the top like this. Notice how only the left and right backs decide to track back, because the fullback positions tend to be kind of dead weight in Sunday League teams. So naturally, they're actually going to try quite hard to try and get out of that position, rather as centre-backs don't really change that much. So just an interesting range of commitment, which I think sums up this kind of football quite well. Left and right back are the two positions that you tend to put people who you want to have as little effect on the game as possible, you know, just as far out to the edge of the pitch as you can find, right in the corners. So you're always kind of worrying about being picked there, unless hypothetically your dad's the coach and you can play wherever you like. Hypothetically. I showed this goal in my Q&A a little while ago, but we'll just have to view it twice. What can you do? This is probably the best long shot I've ever scored. Funnily enough, in this season where I could barely even reach the goal with a shot with any kind of kick outside the area. But yeah, played the through ball, took on a defender, it's laid back to me, and I put it far top corner, which is a surprise to everyone, I think. Moving from one fairly decent long shot, I think it's fair to say, to another. I mean, keepers are just bound to get it wrong sometimes. Usually when you see a keeper racing out towards an attacker, you know, one-on-one, there's only going to be one loser in the physical challenge. But I just feel sorry for this guy. He got absolutely flattened. I don't remember being this small. I look like I've lost my way from the under-8s league or something. Free kicks, that was one thing I could do because it didn't involve any sort of physical challenge. So, yeah, we got a couple of goals off my free kicks. As I say in most of these videos, in Sunday leagues, the ability, you know, ranges a lot. So, like this game, I think we won 10-1, but, you know, you lose other ones 4-0 and stuff in the same league. So, anyway, that's a little ball from me. That's the majority of what I did in most of the moves this season, you know, just playing a couple of balls and giving it to our fast forwards to run past a couple of defenders and put it in. I'll just put my hand up like, yeah, cheers, lads. But with every goal at the end of a nice passing move, there's one of these. These defenders sharing the same look as Matthew Upson and John Terry as the ball goes over their heads from a goal kick through to Miroslav Klose. I had a mixture of long-range shooting boots this season, you know, no keeper, past the post, some really helpful parental encouragement as well. One of the better Gary Lineker goals I've ever scored. If the goal was a meter further back, I'm not sure it would have reached. In fact, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have reached. But lovely dive from the keeper to make it look better. And after I actually scored a goal outside the box, you know, I was just feeling like Cristiano Ronaldo every time I got the ball on the edge of the box. Left, right, centre, it was going in. But it wasn't really. This was probably the pick of the bunch. Definitely a stand-in keeper, but nevertheless, you know, worth putting in. Okay, I found myself on the wing. Sometimes goes well, sometimes doesn't. Let's have a look. Oh, we've taken him on with the Robert Pires. Wait 1 second, I'm going to have to pause this here. I've just remembered this little skill move that Robert Pires did against Spurs in the 5-4 game at White Hart Lane. I just kept doing for like, I don't know, I still use it. Is that sad that I know the exact game and player? Basically counts as a successful take on there, doesn't it? Got the ball across the box anyway. Bit of a bobble. That didn't go in, just to clarify. How? Don't you worry, my time for horrendous misses will come, but that was impressive, I'll give him that. Always an issue when your keeper is away for a game, so it's pretty much tallest kid goes in. There's not really any arguments. That's a good thing about being half everyone's height, because there's no chance you'll ever have to go in goal. Diving is quite a hot topic in today's football. Here's a perfect example, I think, of why it's kind of difficult to define. So, you know, our forward gets taken out there, but because he doesn't go down, if you see what I mean, because he tries to stay on his feet, the ref, you know, if he falls over there and lies on the floor, everyone complains, we get the penalty. If he tries to honestly stay on his feet, the ref's not going to give the penalty. And end of the day, yes, you've been honest, but end of the day, all your teammates are annoyed with you. So it's like, I kind of feel like the refs need to have a bit of responsibility in that, but obviously it makes their job a lot harder, so I don't know, but that's my opinion on diving. Not that anyone asked for it, but there you go. Bit of defensive work. This really is a collector's item. This is a collector's item. I've actually injured someone. I don't think that's ever happened in my career before. Still trying to find those long-range shooting boots I had a couple of games ago. Like, this is an effort and a half. That's like 40 yards out, that one. As I said, I seriously just playing in my mind. This would just about have counted as another goal outside the box as well. Hits the bar. Our forward puts it in. And another perfect example of controversial linesmaning. Guess I'm just going to leave linesmaning in as a verb. A couple of meters onside, as usual. That's actually quite good for an offside call, to be fair. Classic Sunday League goal conceded from a set piece. And this clip's brilliant because it cuts out just as the keeper's about to smash the ball into the back of their head. See what I mean about that end of the pitch, though? Like, you're just running and then suddenly you realise you're not on grass anymore. I actually scored more goals this season than I thought, so here's another one. Nothing that special, but a little cut inside into the bottom corner, so that was alright. Certainly more fun than some of the goals we scored in this game. That one would fit right into online Ultimate Team. This clip is just brilliant for so many reasons. First off, the display of defending from that guy. Second, the clearance. Third, the horrendous overhead kick from me to miss from about 2 yards out. Always a bit of a danger keeping your car parked behind the goal in a Sunday League game, as this guy found out. If that isn't a death stare, I don't know what is. What's brilliant about this is the slow deliberation in choosing which corner to put the ball into, then eventually straight into the side of the car. We really gave Miss of the Season a good go this year. None of my attempts have surfaced yet, but don't worry, they will. Look how far away from the goal this one is going. Just noticed this one while editing. Even 2 goals side by side might not have got that one. Oh, we've got another absolute collector's item straight after. We did win this game like 7-0 or something. Probably should have been a few more. Then the most blatant penalty you're ever going to see. The keeper seems to have just given up by this stage, you know. Bit of common assault wouldn't go amiss. And here we go. So, misses of the season. It's about time I contributed, I think. Not sure what that defender's doing that far back. Hasn't quite grasped the offside trap yet. But I clearly haven't quite grasped the idea of finishing yet either. I don't get many one-on-ones, and when the keeper sat down in front of me, I got a bit confused. It was horrendous, okay? Own goals. I knew we were missing something from this season. This is a pretty good attempt, you know, as they come. That is a clinical finish. Moving into the next game where we see some spectacular goal kicks. Like this one, there's about, sorry, 6 or 7 whites to the 2 yellows, and he has absolutely picked out our centre forward here. And then anything their keeper can do, we can do better. What on earth is going on? Let's return to a respectful level of football. So I've played it out on the wing there, nice cross in, laid back to me on the edge of the box, and clinical at the near post. This was a pretty good return for me, to be fair, at this stage of the season. Let's just consider that this was deemed fair play by this referee. Bit of physicality. That's what you love about the English leagues. We really don't need to see this clip. Right, nice through ball out to the wing. That's all this clip was in here for. Okay, and that's all the highlights for this season, so there's just no reason. Like, usually when you get a pullback, you can just look at the pitch and be like, come on, the bobble, lads, but I think that's probably my worst miss ever. Like, just how slow the ball is coming across to me, how close in it is, how good the pitch is. I don't really want to put this on the internet, to be honest. As you can see, I was pretty angry after that miss, wanted to make up for it, so the tackles were flying in. This one still makes me laugh. Would have been so much easier just to header the ball instead of a Maradona, but I guess in the spur of the moment, you just got to try some things. This goal, it was later pointed out, was very similar, well, without some of the step-overs from a couple of the Brazilian midfielders, you know, replaced by me just passing sideways. But anyway, it was very close to Carlos Alberto's 1970 World Cup goal. Like, the passing is pretty much exactly the same. Like, the movements, the different passes of the pitch. Obviously, when you take into account it's not professional Italian footballers in a World Cup final we're playing against, but in yellow and green as well, you know, there's similarities. Don't take that away from us. English football perfectly summed up in 3 seconds. English football summed up in a slightly longer clip. Maybe just English defending, because the attacking's quite good. Quality goal. What do you mean we rely on pace? How dare you? Every team has that player who just sort of runs around snapping at people's heels, don't they? I'm sorry, but that foot is nowhere near the ball. Neither is that elbow. I don't even remember this, but clearly those challenges had got to me. I just talk about a slow motion sliding tackle. It did the job, though. So, the worst thing is I was actually going for the ball there. It wasn't even like a classic Sunday League challenge where you're just like, you know, take the man, accept it. I was going for the ball. That's embarrassing. The ref doesn't even think about giving me a yellow because it's just such a pitiful attempt at a sliding tackle. We actually used the kickoff glitch before it was cool as well. I'm not sure if this ever worked, but we came pretty close a couple of times. Oh, nice. I haven't quite finished all the clips of me missing from the penalty spot. I think there's a few more to go yet. Back to the usual scene at the fortress. Gotta love the weather. What foul ref? At first glance, this looks like a horrific air shot from a 3-yard pass, but you're excused. It is actually a brilliant dummy, which ends with a brilliant move and a goal, which I don't need to show you proof of. Maybe you've got to get one of those out of the system before you actually come up with a good through ball. Kind of how it works, isn't it? So, you know, assist, I'll take that one. Probably the worst pitch in the island. This is probably, yeah, this one is worse than the fortress. That is really saying something. But we could genuinely host like a top 20 misses of the season, just featuring just ourselves. All right, ball played into me, centre mid, you know, looking for my options. That's not legal. And then into the final game of the season, we were playing against a team that we'd beaten, I think, 12-1 or 10-1 earlier in the season. And it was a game that didn't mean anything for us. Like, we couldn't go up or down in the league. So we decided to, like, rotate all the positions. And I played right back out of my own choice. So, yeah, we had centre-backs up front, you know, forwards in goal, etc. So, should just quickly say that. This is why I don't play right back. I should stress. Can't stress enough. If I had to compare, Hector Bellerin, Philipp Lahm, just a couple that come to mind. And then he's got the forward thinking as well. That's what you need from a right back. And then, you know, because it's one of my through balls, obviously it gets missed. I don't know how to respond to this one. I really can't commentate that. At least the video's coming to an end quite soon. Is yes. Basically, the one free kick I had all season, I was like, we're going to be really clever. We're going to play it to our left mid. He's going to cross it in nicely. So I disguised the pass, played it to him, fooled the entire opposition team, and he toe punts it at the keeper. Nice work, Phipps. Completely forgot about this one. We had a cup game after the end of the league season, which actually meant something. So the finale of the clips in this episode and the finale of the Miss of the Season competition, brought to you by yours truly. Gets worse every time you say it. Wasn't even bobbling, was it? We then drew that game 2-2 and went to lose on penalties. I actually did score a penalty, but it wasn't on camera. Sounds a little bit fishy, but I did. So I can just about live with that miss, basically. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. That is going to be this whole season. What an experience that was. As I said, you know, I don't ever remember being that small. So I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you are new around here. Check out the last one if you missed it. If you want to see some more of these, please tell me. You know, hit the like button. If this gets more likes, I'll be more likely. Well, no, because I've got a set amount of seasons anyway that I'm going to be doing and bringing out, you know, every month, every couple of months. So we've still got 5 or 6 left of these to do. So that's gonna be fun, isn't it? Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you later.